Hello guys and welcome to Python programming tutorials by Amulya's Academy. Today in this tutorial we'll write a Python program to print number pattern. That is, we'll print numbers in different shape like pyramid shape, triangle shape, etc. Like string, we can arrange the number in different shape. That's why we'll discuss many patterns today. The first pattern of today's tutorial is this. We want to print numbers in the right triangle shape. In the first row we want 1, and in the second row we want 1 and 2. In the third row we want 3 number 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth row we want 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth row we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And to print these patterns I'll use nested for loop method. So without talking much, let's write the program. In the Python file, first I'll ask the user to enter how many number of row he want or she want in the output. So we'll ask the user input for the number of row, and the number of column is dependent on the number of row. So no need to ask for the number of columns of the output. We need input for number of rows, how many rows we want in the output. So to take the input, I'll use a variable n and I'll use input function here. And also here I'll write a message. You can write any suitable message here. That message will display on the output screen. And here I'm using Python 3 to write the program. In Python 3, by default, this input function will take input as the string value. But here we want number of row, which is an integer value. That's why we need to convert this input to int using int function, like this. Now we are done with the input. We are taking the number of row, that is an integer value, and we are storing that in variable n. Right. After taking the input, next we'll use nested for loop. As I said, we'll use nested for loop method to print these patterns. So here we'll take the for loop. First for loop will be for row. Inside that we'll take the for loop for column. That is because in this type of pattern, we'll print the numbers or stars like this. We'll begin with the row 1 and we'll print star or number, whatever required, we'll print in the all the column of row 0 or the first row. After completing the first row, we'll go to the second row and we'll print star or number, whatever we want in the required column, all the columns. After completing all the columns of second row, we'll go to the row 3. That's why we need to take the outer for loop as the for loop for row. Inside that, we need to take the for loop for column. So here I and j are the variables which are representing row and column respectively. And in the range function here, I need to mention how many times I need to execute the loop body, or in other words, I need to mention how many rows I want in my output. Because this for loop is for row, here we need to mention how many rows we want in the output. We want n rows, right? We took the input from the user. That is how many rows we want in the output. And we store that in the variable n. The input is stored in the variable n. So here I'll take the range as n. When I take range as n, that means I'm taking range from 0. So range of n is equal to range of 0 to n. If n value is 5, I'll get I value as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 5 rows, but starting from 0, ending at 4. If you want, you can take the range from 1 to n plus 1 also. That's your wish. Here we'll get this output when n is 5. So here we can see this is I and these are j values. Here you can see. And here you can see I is starting from 0, ending at 4. Next we need to take how many columns we want in each row. Here we can see at row 0 I want 1 column. At row 1 I want 2 column. At row 2 I want 3 column. At row 3 I want 4 column. That is nothing but row plus 1 column. Here we are using I to represent the row. So that means we want I plus 1 column in each row. That's why here I need to mention I plus 1. How many columns I want in each row? I want I plus 1 column. That's why I need to mention this here. This is the for loop for column. And here also I am taking the value from 0 to I plus 1 in the range. In the range function, if we didn't mention the start value, it will take the default value, that is 0. Next, inside this, I'll take print function. And what I want to print. Here, we want to print numbers, right? Let's see. Here, I want to print 1. Next, here 1 and 2. Here 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, in column 0, I want to print 1. At column 1, I want to print 2. At column 2, I want to print 3. At column 3, I want to print 4. At column 4, I want to print 5. That means I want column plus 1 value. When column is 0, I want 1. Every row, column 0, I want 1. That is nothing but column plus 1. That is nothing but j plus 1. Right? So here I'll print the value of j plus 1. And also I'll use end parameter here. So in the print function, the default value of end parameter is /n. After printing any message, it will go to the next line. But here we can see when we are printing the numbers in a row, after printing this, I want to print the next column in the same line, right? That's why I need to change the end value here in the print function. I'll take space. After printing a number, give space, right? And also, after completing one row, I need to go to the next line. That's why I'm taking this print function inside the first for loop, outside the inner for loop. So here I'm taking print function because after completing one row like this, after completing this, I need to go to the next row. I want to print the numbers in the next row, in the next line, right? That's why here you need to take this print function. Now we are done. So let's execute this. Enter the number of row needed. So I'll enter 6 and here we can see our output. Number of row as 12. Here you can see the output. So this is about the first pattern. First you need to take the input, that is number of rows we want in the output. Next we need to use nested for loop. We need to check how many rows we want, how many columns we want, and we need to check which value we want to print. And we are done. Next let's move on to the next pattern. So next pattern is this. I want to print the numbers like this. The shape is same. We want to print the numbers in the right triangle shape. But here you can see, first we want to print 1, here 2 1, 3 2 1, 4 3 2 1, 5 4 3 2 1. This pattern and this pattern is different. You can see order of number is different, right? Here we are printing 1 2, here 2 1. So to get this pattern, here we can see in the first row we want 1, and in the second row, that is row 1, we want 2 and 1. Next 3 2 1, 4 3 2 1, 5 4 3 2 1. That is, we want numbers in the reverse order, right? That's why what I'll do is I'll reverse the index of column. That is, now it is in the increasing order. That is starting from 0, next 0 1, 0 1 2, 0 1 2 3, 0 1 2 3 4, right? What I'll do is I'll reverse that. So here only one index is present, so I'll make it as 0. Here I'll take this as 1 0. Reverse that. Here we have 0 1 2, right? So I'll take it as 2 1 0. Here I'll change this to 3 2 1 0, and here I'll take 4 3 2 1 0. I'll reverse the index of the column. If I do that, then here we can see at row 1 column 1 I want 2. At row 1 column 0 I want 1. That is nothing but column plus 1, j plus 1 value. Here you can see. Here at row 2, at column 2 I want 3. That is nothing but 2 plus 1 3. Column 1 I want 2. 1 plus 1 2. Column 0 I want 1. 0 plus 1 1. J plus 1. Now if we reverse the index of the column, we can get this pattern. But the question is how to reverse the index of column. For that, what you need to do is, here this is the for loop for the column, right? Here you need to reverse the index. For that you need to take, previously we took the index from 0 to I plus 1. Here we need to reverse that. So first I need to take I till -1 and I need to take step as -1. Little confusing, right? So I'll explain you. If I take n as 5, so initially I value will be 0. Because here range n, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, I value will be 0. That is nothing but at row 0. Next, inside this for loop, for j in range, I value is 0, -1, -1. So that means it will give j value as 0. So it will print j plus 1. That is nothing but 1. So at row 0, it will print 1. After that, it will come out of the loop because here range is over. It will go to the next line and again control will go here and I becomes 1. When I becomes 1, here in this range becomes 1 minus 1 minus 1. That is nothing but j value will be 1 and 0. First j value will be 1, so it will print 2. After that control will again go here, j value will be 0, 0 plus 1, 1. It will print 2 and 1 at row 1. We'll get 2 and 1. Okay, it will work like that. That's why here we need to reverse the index of column. Now if I execute this and if I take 6, and here we can see our pattern 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1 like that. So for second pattern, we need to reverse the index of the column. Next, let's move on to the next pattern. So the third pattern is this. First I want to print 1, next 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. So for this, the shape is same. We want to print the number in the right triangle shape. I'll take I value, row value. So at row 0, I want 1. At row 1, I want 2. Every column of a row contains same value. Here 1, here 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. So that means I plus 1 value, right? Here 0, here I want to print 1. When I is 1, we want to print 2. When I is 2, we want to print 3. That is nothing but I plus 1. So in this program, if I print the value I plus 1, then we'll get the next pattern. If I execute this, here you can see. Here we can see every column of a row contains same value. That means we need to print here row value, and row is represented by I. That's why we need to print here I plus 1. Here because you are printing the I value, that is the row value, the index of column doesn't matter. If it is reversed or it is in the ascending order, descending order, that doesn't matter. Here we can see it is in the descending order, reversed order. If I take just I plus 1 also, 0 to I plus 1, then also it works properly like this. So the order of the column doesn't matter here because we are printing the I value, row value, right? That's why. Okay, so this is about the third pattern. So the next pattern is this. First here we want 5, next 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1 like this. Here also we want to print the numbers in the right triangle shape. But here first we want to print 5, next 4, 3, 2, 1. So here I'll take I value. Here also you can see we want the same number in every column of a row. Here 5, here 4, 4, here 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. That means we want to print I value. But here we can see at row 0 we want 5, at row 1 we want 4, at row 2 we want 3, at row 3 we want 2, at row 4 we want 1. And we'll get this pattern when n value is 5. So what I'll do is I'll print n minus I value. So when n is 5, I is 0, 5 minus 0, I'll get 5. When n is 5, I is 1, 5 minus 1, so I'll get 4. When I is 2, 5 minus 2 will get 3. Okay, so here you need to print n minus I. Now if I execute this, here you can see the pattern. So now we are done with this pattern. Let's move on to the next pattern. Here this is our next pattern. We want to print 5, next 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here I'll take I and j value, index, here I is index. Whatever you can see in the brown color, that is the index. So now at I0 we want 5, at I1 I want 5 and 4. Here you can see the pattern. 0th column of every row we want 5, first column of every row we want 4, second column of every row we want 3, third column of every row we want 2, and at last the fourth column of fourth row we want 1. So that means we need to do something with the column value, right? J. So let's see how to get this pattern. Now here, if I print n minus j value, we'll get this pattern when n is 5. 5 minus j, so I'll get 5 when j is 0, that is column 0. If I do 5 minus 1, at column 1 I'll get 4. If I do 5 minus 2, when j is 2, I'll get 3. 5 minus 3, I'll get 2. 5 minus 4, I'll get 1, right? So to print this pattern here, I need to take n minus j. Now if I execute this and if I take 5, here you can see the pattern. 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? So here you need to print n minus j value. This is about this pattern. Let's move on to the next pattern. Here you can see you need to print 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This pattern and this pattern is different because here we can see the order of number is different. It is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0th index 0, 1. Now here what I'll do is, here we can see we want numbers in the ascending order, right? 4 and 5, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why I'll reverse the index of the column. If I reverse the index of column, that is, if I do this 1, 0, this is 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'll reverse the index of column like this, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If I do that, now here you can see we'll get this output when n is 5. If I do now n minus j, 5 minus 0 when column is 0, here at row 0 I'll get 5. Here this is column 1, so 5 minus 1 I'll get 4. When I do 5 minus 0 I'll get 5. 5 minus 2 I'll get 3. 5 minus 1 I'll get 4. 5 minus 0 I'll get 5. Okay, so if I subtract j value now, after reversing the column index, I'll get the pattern. So for this, first here we need to reverse the index. So here you need to take minus 1. You may ask why I'm taking end as minus 1. That is because we want value till 0. We are taking the column value till 0. That's why here you need to take minus 1. In the range function, end value is exclusive. That's why. This is step minus 1. Alright. So now if I execute this program and if I take 7, here we can see our pattern. Alright. So here we need to reverse the index of the column. Next, till now we discussed 6 pattern and in all the patterns shape was same. That is, we were printing the numbers in the right triangle shape, this shape. The number arrangement was different. Now next, we'll change the shape. We'll repeat the same number arrangement, but we'll change the shape now. Now we'll print the numbers in this shape. First we want to print space, after that numbers. And the number arrangement is same as the previous pattern, previous 6 patterns. So that means the only changes we need to do is now we need to include space first. Before printing the numbers, we need to print the space. To print the space, we'll use the for loop. And here, number of row in this output is 5. That means n value is 5. So when n value is 5, in the first row, in the 0th row, we want 1, 2, 3, 4. In the first row, we want 4 space. And here we want 3 space, here 2 space, here 1 space and here 0 space. At 0th row, we want 4 space. At row 1, we want 3 space. At row 2, we want 2 space. At row 3, we want 1 space. And at row 4, we want 0 space. That's why I'll write the formula to print the space n minus I minus 1. I want n minus I minus 1 space in every row. So when n value is 5, I value is 0, 5 minus 1, so I'll get 4 space. When I value is 1, n value is 5, 5 minus 1, 4, 4 minus 1, 3 space. I'll get this space. So as I said, first we want to print space, after that number. So here I have all the programs which we discussed till now. If I execute this program here, you can see this program will print this pattern. Now what we need to do, we need to change the shape of the pattern. I don't want to change the number arrangement. I want same number arrangement. I want 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, I'll show you the pattern. I want this pattern. Here we can see number arrangement is same. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here first we want space. So to do this, in this program, what I'll do is, here, before writing the for loop for number, I'll include the for loop for space. And here I want n minus I minus 1 space, and here I'll print space. Print space. Here also you need to take end as space, or whatever you will take here, you need to take the same value for end here. Now if I execute this pattern, and if I take 5, here we can see the next pattern. So to modify the previous pattern, we just need to include a for loop to print space. So next, let's move on to the next pattern. Here I have program. So this program, here we can see, if I execute this program, it will print this pattern. We discussed this program few minutes before. Now, first we want to print space here. After that, I want to print this pattern. That is, I want to get pattern like this: 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Before I want space here. So for that, in this program, I'll include the for loop for space. And here, I'll print space and is equal to space. Now if I execute this, let me take 5, and here you can see the pattern. Next, I have next program. This program will give output like this. Now we need to change this. First we want space, after that we want numbers, that is like this. We want to print this pattern now. So for this also we need to do the same thing, that is, first here you need to take for loop for space, same formula, n minus I minus 1. Here you need to print space end is equal to space. Now if I execute this, and here you can see the pattern. Next, we have next program. This program will give us the output as like this: 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, like this. Now we need to change this pattern. We want this same number arrangement in the different shape. First we want space, that is like this: 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. So for this, same thing you need to do. You need to include the for loop for space. Save and run. Here we go. So let's take the next program which we discussed few minutes ago. This pattern will give like this: 7, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5, 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now we need to change the shape, right? First we need to include for loop for space. After that we want these numbers, that is like this shape. So for this, include for loop for space, save and execute, and I'll give 7, and here we can see the pattern. You can compare these two patterns. And coming to the last pattern, so here we can see this program will give you this pattern. Now we want to change that. We want to change the shape. So for that you need to include for loop for space like this, and save and execute. And here you can see the pattern. Alright, so in this way you can print these patterns, number patterns. You can arrange these numbers in other shape also. That means I'll make more videos on the number pattern. So that's it for now guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you next class. Till then, take care.